So this week is our vlog 11, which is hard to believe. And this week, excuse me, we actually took a different angle on things and went to the library, which was super beneficial to me in my final project. I had been to the library for like a similar presentation my freshman year, but basically, like, I don't know if it's like because technology wasn't like it's up to par as it is 4 years later when I'm a senior. But we basically just like talked about how to look up books and like book numbers and stuff like that. So I really had no idea like the online aspect because Michael would say, I would always just Google things and see what comes up. I had no idea that this MSU library thing like even existed, which I really sad I didn't because I could have used this for a lot of other papers. But I'm glad that we got this experience and we got to go on Monday. Meeting with Michael and going over different ways to look up things for your projects and different keywords and phrases you could use and like the internet search for articles and even looking up books was also beneficial because it was just kind of like an exploratory thing to get us ready for our projects. I've already started working on mine, but even so, I was just looking up specifics that I knew that I want to do. And my topic is like something that, at least for me, involves like a lot of exploring. As what you talked about in my project proposal, I'm doing a teacher presentation on this since I'm going into education. I'm doing a unit plan with lesson plans in it and a teaching philosophy. So my topic is transgenderism for middle school. So that has been difficult for me to even Google as well. Like I found a book that goes with middle school ages, but I still wanted more, especially for my teaching philosophy. Um, that I just like I had trouble looking for because that's not really usually a topic that is addressed in schools, especially middle school ages. So it's more of I feel like a college thing. So I just like had trouble about like knowing what to look for in general for that. So since I pretty much already had my book that I want to teach for my middle school classroom and conundrum, I was more focused on finding scholarly articles that I could use for my teaching philosophy and even in relation to my lesson plan. So that was where this is super beneficial because, like I said earlier in this vlog, I had not, like, I didn't know that the MSU website even did that. So, like it says here in the worksheet, it was like I like at first I didn't know that you could enter like keywords, so I would just look up, like my main topic, transgenderism. But then the more that we started talking about it, I realized you can enter in like other keywords like confusion, like gender confusion, stereotypes, and even though it might not relate to transgenderism, I can look up these articles and like put them in my own words in order for them to relate to transgenderism, which was pretty cool because these are scholarly, like good sources, not just Google articles. And also, I was having a lot of trouble and confusion with my teaching philosophy I'm going to do. Believe it or not, even though I'm a senior, I have never been assigned a teaching philosophy. And to be honest, I didn't even know what it was. Like, we've never addressed it in my classes by name. We've never practiced one. So I was just like, we talked about teaching philosophy, and I like had an idea of what it like broke down to, but I honestly was so confused. And even I was looking up sources on this MSU page, just like philosophies, teaching philosophies, and a bunch of articles and sources came up that I could look at, and like a lot of them had examples and like how to go about rationale and your thinking, and that was super helpful to me to explore because I was clueless. And like obviously I'm gonna have to know how to do these like in the future, like within the next year. So that was awesome that I was able to find that like just by being in the library for an hour. So overall, I think this experience was very beneficial. It not only like opened a window for me to find more resources, but it also allowed me to sit down and really think about what I want to do in my project and like changes that I want to make to the things that I already have through my like different viewpoints and different articles and by finding different books. So that was awesome that I was able to explore everything and get a better understanding of what I personally wanted to do and how I can transfer other people's thoughts from these articles like to my own feelings on this lesson. So overall, I think it was just a great experience, and I'm happy that we won.